everybody.
Hey, y'all. How you doing?
Well, we're at episode 47. I don't know. I mean, we're getting close to your age, right?
Yes, you are. Very close. Very close. We're almost there.
Yeah. We got another couple few to make my age, just saying. So anyway. So this is our last week talking about dry January. All right. And I'm curious, before we go into what we're doing, how close did you stick to dry January? I'm just curious.
90%.
90%?
Yeah.
Now, I think I had about 4 drinks this month. That's it. So
Yeah.
I tried to stick to it, and like even went out. And it's very tough because my brother-in-law held this great party at his house Saturday night, and his stepdaughter, all right, she's going to be the lead bartender and the mixologist for a new restaurant / bar coming to a town near us. And she made up a menu. I should have brought those menus in here and showed you. She made a menu with your beverages, your salads, your meats, right? All right. And she made this whole cool thing for the dinner night. And she's telling me about that. So she made me an old fashioned, one of her old fashions, a little bit orangey for me, but still, you know what I mean? It was good. She did really good. So she's getting into what drinks she's got to learn. All right. But I only had a little bit of it. And then I drank, soft drinks, which is what I was drinking. So anyway.
Nice. Well,
how about you?
Well, on January 1st, I did have, we did Bloody Marys. So I guess it was second, or third, whatever day it was. We did Bloody Marys. So that one, out the window just there. And I did do brunch with one of my girlfriends this weekend. So, of course, had to have a Bloody Mary, so. And then I think I did like a little bit of tamarind flavored vodka. Last weekend, I didn't tell. Well, I was out already, so I didn't have any this weekend. So during the weekend, I had one beer. I was watching a football game, and I just had a hankering for a beer, and that was it. It was like it's football, it's a beer, it goes. So
you gotta have football with beer, but I think you're not one of those fans that are worried after last night, are you?
Oh, it's my team's out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Mine's not.
Yeah.
For the record, my team is still in. So.
Yay.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens next weekend. It'll be fun to watch. I really enjoy watching football. It's just fun, and sometimes if it's a good game going on, I love watching it. It's when it's very one-sided that it's like,
boring ass game. Yeah.
Let me go throw in a load of laundry or whatever it is. So this weekend there was I think only one game that was more tilted, but for the other games were just a lot of fun to watch, and just like come on.
Yeah.
So good times.
So yeah, speaking of which, like we'll be on break next week, but the following week we were going to come back with our Super Bowl episode of what to drink at Super Bowls.
Yes.
So, and I'm just not going to say that this is going to be a typical Super Bowl broadcast. Just saying, we're different. We do Super Bowl different.
Yes, most definitely.
Yep. So this week we're going to do our last dry January. All right. We chose to do some sort of what do we say? What do we want to call these? They're juices or
cleansing drinks with cleansing food, detoxify. If you needed to do this, not just on a dry January, but just on any regular weekend or weekday that you're feeling sluggish or you're feeling bloated, you can do some of these foods and drinks, and they will help just your system cleanse. The more you do it, of course, you don't want to do it just this and just eat this as your only meal and drinks, because you're going to be missing a lot of nutrients. But it is definitely good to do it to just cleanse your body. It's similar like when we're eating, or if you like sashimi, you're going to cleanse your palate before you take the next bite. Or if you're drinking wine or you're tasting wine, it's wine tasting, not wine drinking. You're going to cleanse your palate for the next one. So it's always about that cleanse in your mouth. Well, also our bodies need that cleanse every so often to just get whatever impurities out of our bodies, and that's always a good thing to do.
Yeah, speaking of which, I forgot to get a cleanse of water.
There you go.
Anyway, while you show them what you got, I'm gonna go grab me another glass to do my water.
Sounds great. So what I made was this beautiful. For me, salads are all about all the colors. So I wanted the reds, the yellows, the orange, the greens, and the different types of greens in here. So there's greens at the bottom and there's green on top. One of the things that I did forget was the dill. I love dill on a salad. I didn't bring it into the office with me, so I don't have it. But I have arugula with spinach and anything that is bitter. So your collard greens and your dandelion greens, anything that's on the bitter side, that's really cleansing. And spinach is really good for you. So I did spinach and arugula. Then I put scallions, um, orange bell peppers, yellow bell peppers, and then I did cucumbers, avocados, carrots, heirloom tomatoes, and then in the center, again, another very cleansing, very good for you is seaweed. This was a seaweed salad. I didn't throw all of it in here, but I did throw some of it in there. So these are all good for you to eat, and it's also any of these you can put into a smoothie. And so you can get your arugula, you can get your spinach, you can get avocado, throw it in there with some pea protein, some Greek yogurt, which is how I made my avocado dressing. So half the avocado went here, the other half avocado went into my dressing, which has avocado, Greek yogurt, a little bit of rice wine vinegar, salt, pepper, garlic, and lemon juice. So threw that all together and blended it. It's a little bit on the thicker side, but this is my dressing that's going to go in here. Sometimes I will just do salt, pepper, vinegar, and oil. That is also very healthy. You're not adding all the, anytime it's a creamy type dressing, it usually has a lot of added things that are not good for you and not cleansing. So try to keep it lemon juice, keep it simple. Or you can even do lemon juice with some mint, lemon juice with maybe a rice wine vinegar, a red wine vinegar, um, um, and there's also apple cider vinegar. So you can do a vinegar and lemon, mix those together, a little bit of salt and pepper, garlic, Dijon mustard. That's another thing you can throw in there. So that is what I try to go for is all the cleanses because there's a lot of things that you can do to cleanse. And here are a few of them. Some ginger, lemon. Oh my goodness, very detoxifying. Orange, green bananas, not ripe bananas, but green. Because once you get into ripe bananas, then they're too sweet and the good properties of the green banana goes away. Turmeric, that is in one of my drinks is turmeric, very detoxifying, has a lot of great properties. And then we'll get into some other things that are also really good for detoxifying. That's why this took me a bit longer to try to figure out what did I want to do, what did I want to share, because there's a lot that you can do to detoxify. What do you have? I know there's something you have that I almost put into my salad that I didn't this time.
Okay, so I'm actually putting them up onto a document because I had my wife send me this recipe so that I can be able to share it with the listeners tonight. So we have a kale. This is a kale and beet salad that we do around here. Very simplistic salad. All right, has kale. She put grated beets in this one because we couldn't find any beets to roast. But usually she does roasted beets and puts in a chalk milk. These are grated. Because we've had it for salad, we've had I think a grated beets, grated stuff in the refrigerator for salads this month. Okay. All right. Usually we put a goat cheese, but this one here she put in a vanilla blueberry goat cheese crumbles.
Oh, nice.
Right. It was the thing we found at Aldi yesterday to put in there, and then pecans, right? Oh. You can add. She says you can add, and she's done this. You can add a grilled chicken, grilled shrimp, all right, etc. to this. All right, to make a better salad. The dressing into it, which is she has a little shaker for me. Okay, nice. She did equal parts lime juice, olive oil, pomegranate balsamic vinegar. Oh. All right, and then salt and pepper. All right, that's already on here. Okay. All right, this is a light beet salad. Like I said, we usually have this around, and usually we make it, and add the dressing to it. And it usually sits in the refrigerator for days. All right. Because the kale is a very sturdy.
Yeah.
All right. So it keeps. All right. It doesn't crunch. It's still crunchy. And, it's something that we've always used as a cleansing type salad, but it's also a very good tasting salad.
Right.
But like I've always done the beets for a cleanse or healthy.
Yes.
Something else she decided to throw together yesterday. She said, how about it? Because we had all this stuff up for the salads.
Okay.
So she made this carrot salad.
Oh, nice.
Carrot. All right. It's grated carrots, grated beets, dried cranberries, and pecan pieces. And it's just mixed together with mayonnaise.
Oh, nice.
Right? And she made a small batch of this here. So you see, I get the small thing.
Yeah.
All right. Nice. Those are two very cleansing salads we like to keep around.
Well, beets are amazing to clear your liver.
Yeah.
Because there's a pectin. That pectin helps remove a lot of the toxins from your liver. So not just your body, but the liver does a lot. I mean, the liver is trying to cleanse our body, similar to the kidneys where they're flushing out all the impurities. So beets, all the rich nutrients that are in there, plus the fiber, plus the pectin. I mean, that makes beets amazing. And then, of course, your greens. Greens are always good to have. Your kale. Oh, my goodness. Kale is so nutritious. It helps with blood pressure. Kale does, because of the magnesium and the potassium. Now, if somebody is too high on potassium, you don't want to do kale because that's just going to throw your system off. But if you're low on potassium, kale will help bring it up. Yeah. That's really good to have.
So the one health food that I can't eat, and most people don't know about me, is I can't eat bananas. And right. I think I've said this before on the show. It's just there's a reaction between bananas and my medication, and there's always caused problems. So I don't eat them. All right, I love bananas. I wish to God I could eat them. I love a good banana pudding. Just saying, but
the other thing that is usually very healthy, but depending on the medication, there's a lot of medications they say do not take with grapefruit. Yeah. I don't like grapefruit, but grapefruit has a lot of vitamins that is really good, and there's fiber in there and potassium and all these good properties that help promote weight loss. And there's just really good, but it interacts with a lot of medications. So what if you are on meds, be sure that you're reading because it'll tell you do not eat grapefruit or drink grapefruit juice because it's bad for you.
Yeah, this was not like the bananas was not something they said, but it's something that I tasted. So I'm always on this thing if I can do things in small tastes and try them, I will to find out. So I've done pieces of banana to try it, right? But I won't eat a whole banana, right? Like somebody has a smoothie, I'll taste a little bit of it. Okay. Right? Grapefruit, I love grapefruit. All right. One of the things that I've started doing over the past year that they said for my vitamin C, I don't drink orange juice anymore or grapefruit as much. I drink pineapple juice.
Oh, I love pineapple juice. I love pineapple juice.
So, I mean, pineapple juice is supposed to be very, very good for you as well. So I drink that, right? I used to keep chunks of pineapples and melons here all the time, but I don't have any of them in the house right now. Okay. That's something I should have got today while I was at the store. But what did we for juices now? All right, we said juices or smoothies, right?
Yeah, whatever we wanted to do. The salad was one thing, or whatever we wanted in food related would be healthy. Another thing that I could have added to my salad, which I completely forgot, were artichokes and asparagus. Those are two other very detoxifying, very cleansy type veggies, as well as broccoli. So those are other things that you can throw in a salad that you can just make, and it just tastes really good. What are the things you enjoy? Throw it in there, put it together. These were all flavors that I absolutely love and I could eat by themselves. Put it together into a salad. Yeah, I always think of a Seinfeld episode with Elaine and her big salad.
Yes.
Whenever I want a salad, I always think of Elaine, and I want this big salad with just all the things in there. Another thing that's really good for you that I almost did was bone broth. Bone broth is so healthy, especially for women. It helps with our immune system, and there's a lot of other things, especially once you start getting into that premenopausal or menopausal It helps help with the digestive system, joint health, immune support. There's so many things with bone broth. And it just goes back to what Mama used to say, have some chicken soup or some beef soup whenever we were sick because it helped promote. But I thought that's okay because I got 3 different drinks that I made, so I thought I'm okay without the bone broth this time.
I did not make 3. I'm going to show them because I actually I got a juicer for Christmas, not this past Christmas, but Christmas before. So I started making a lot of juices. But before that, there was a juice brand that I always looked at the different ones they have, and I got 3 of them. They're all organic. It's this Evolution Fresh.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah, these are a cold pressed juice.
Okay.
All right, and I have 3 different ones here. I have the Green Devotion, which is celery, cucumber, spinach, romaine, kale, lemon, and parsley.
Okay.
That's a lot of what I do. That's very similar to what I do in my juice in the juicer. The second one I have is called the Greens and Ginger. Has celery, apple, cucumber, spinach, romaine, kale, and ginger. Ginger is another additive I put in my juice. And then I have one that's the third one that says Super Fruit Greens. And she got me all 3. Gwen got these at Chopic, all 3 greens. We didn't pick up any of the other reds or stuff like that. This one has orange, mango, pineapple, cucumber, celery, spinach, romaine. So, I mean, I have all 3 of these tonight here. That's what I got for juices. All right. But I've been big on juices over the past year because of the fact of how they help my system with the difference from each one of these vegetables.
Yeah, and if you're buying one of those juices, you can also alter it. So what I did on this particular one is that I got the carrot juice because I knew that I was going to struggle with the carrot because I have my little magic bullet. I wasn't going to have the Vitamix. And so I got the carrot juice and then added an orange in here and cilantro in here. And a little bit of
cilantro. Yeah.
Yes, it's also sprinkled on my salad. So that's what I did with this one. So I cheated, but it was 100% carrot juice. It wasn't any of those. It was the refrigerated one, not the kinds that they add all sorts of bad stuff to it. And you can tell the inspiration there, which is a good thing. And I let it sit. I threw it in the fridge so that it would get cool because I only had my big cubes. And the thing is with some of these is you can rim them. You can put whatever decorations you want to make it look really pretty. You can put it with a big cube. You can put it with ice. I opted to just keep it nice and cold in the fridge, but there is a little bit of separation. So you can just, and look at that.
Always, stir them up. I always stir them back up when they're separated. Or in these cases here, that's how you know it's a good juice, by the way. It starts to separate. And that's why I got these. And I usually I have jars that I keep my juices if I make them. And I shake them before I drink them. So one of the things I wanted to talk about, because I seen this last year on a show, and I know there's a lot of people doing these juices, but they're doing juice shots.
Okay.
So I've taken this, like when I used to do this here, and it would last me a couple days. I would do it. I would take my shot glasses, my typical shot glasses, and just do them down a shot.
There you go.
Makes it a healthy way to get it quick pumping, but you can drink it as well.
Yeah, that is true. One of the ladies that I watched as I was flipping through videos, what she did was that she boils the lemon, not the rind, but just the lemon and ginger. And she boils that down to make a tea, and then she puts it into what would be a shot glass. So she's got these little glasses that she has. So she has that a couple times a day, and it's easy because it's already made. They're already pre-separated. All she does is take a little shot. So, it doesn't take a lot. If you're going to the gym for 20 minutes a day, you'll get more out of it than if you go one day for 2 hours and then not go for 2 months. Just that little bit throughout is going to be very healthy for you. Some of the things that you can do while you're making some of these drinks. So this one, because of the mixer that I use, the cilantro, I can still taste little bits of it, which I don't mind. Some people don't want to taste it. So a juicer is better than just a blender, if you will. But you can also add matcha tea. Matcha tea, you can either drink it That the first time I got it, I was introduced to matcha was in Argentina back in 2005. Everywhere you went, there was matcha tea.
Yeah.
Everywhere. I even have the little container that you would, and the little they call it a bomba, which is like their specific straw that you would put in there. And then everywhere you went, you would always get matcha tea at retail stores. That's just your welcome drink wherever you went. So matcha has a lot of great properties. It's like a green tea. It's a little bit more bitter, and it is normally drank without any type of sugar. So it is a very healthy type of tea. It is now more prominent, so you can find it not just at health food stores, but you can find them at your Kroger. So it's not hard to find anymore like it used to be.
I actually make a green mint iced tea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, is what I make, but then I add lemonade to it.
Oh, yeah.
That's my cheat though, is I add a lemonade mix,
Oh, not that. You don't
not
make it yourself.
not mixing lemonade and sugar. So I do that because I'm putting in half the sugar I would to make a normal 1 quart. So I'll make a 1 quart thing with the sugar for less than a half a quart. You know what I mean? It's like 2 cups of lemonade.
Right.
All right. But when I used to drink lemonade, I remember when I like 20 years ago, I would buy lemonade like the Minute Maids because no. I remember when I was homeless. Like basically, I had small living space. I would buy the Minute Maid out of the vending machine,
Okay.
and then I would mix it with water. I would just keep diluting it.
All right. So to make it last longer, I
Yeah,
remember.
it lasts longer because I didn't like the full sugar from it. I just like that little bit of lemonade.
Yeah.
You know.
And whenever you're using any type of teas, just keep in mind sometimes they do have caffeine. So your green teas are usually going to have caffeine. Matcha tea does have caffeine. So if you are sensitive to caffeine, like if I drink caffeine after 5, I will have the hardest time going to sleep. So I have to really watch when I drink any type of caffeine. That's why if I'm drinking an after dinner drink, it has to be decaf coffee because I love the taste, but I just don't need the caffeine. So
Yeah.
keep that in mind whenever you're doing that.
I used to be able to drink it at night. I don't. I only drink 1 cup of coffee anymore every day. I have 1 espresso in the morning now.
And sometimes I don't even drink my full on um, mug, and it's not even that big. It's like a 16 ouncer. So this one I did do a pineapple one. I just added the lemon juice afterwards. You can add some cayenne pepper in there as well as pepper. I just got the pineapple and I blended it, and then I'm just now adding the orange or the lemon juice. And you can just sprinkle a little bit of cayenne pepper on top so that it looks really pretty. Again, there's that separation. You can also put it through a colander to get out all the pulp if you want, but I didn't. I don't mind pulp. And then my last one, this one was I did put in a half a carrot into this one. I chopped it up and then I added the carrot juice as well as a cosmic crisp apple and a couple of pieces of pineapple. So this one is a carrot and fruit. So you really can put any fruit in there. I added a little bit of honey just to give it a little bit of sweetness in there. Blended that up, and that one was done. This one also does have ginger. Actually, I added ginger to the very first one. So this is carrot, ginger, orange, and orange. The color is, as you can tell, the color is different because I added the turmeric to this one. So that's why it's that more orangey, darker color than the more carrot color, because that turmeric just had it. Let's see. Oh, there you go. That turmeric made it change colors. Turmeric is very staining, so just know that it will stain. Don't put it on anything white; it will stain.
That is something that I have not added to my juices that I was told I should, was the turmeric.
Yeah, and you can just, just a little bit. It doesn't need a whole lot, just a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. The other thing that is also very cleansing, if you're like, well, you know what, I don't want to do the XYZs, one thing you can do is just cut down on the protein. So if for a week or even a few days have no protein, don't add the chicken or the pork or the beef. If you need something, go with fish. But if you can even eliminate that, just eat the stuff without the protein, and that is a certain way of cleansing. And another way that you can also detoxify before you shower, if you have a loofah, whether it's the loofah or the little spongy loofah,
Yeah.
just scrub your body, your entire body before you get in the shower. So as your water's warming up, just loofah your body, and it does a few things. It gets rid of the dead cells, but it also stimulates your body, and it's a positive thing because then it like wakes it up and it helps cleanse. So your body starts detoxifying just by doing the scrubbing of your body before you get wet. So before you just hop in the shower, just scrub your body. Do that
Yep.
once a week. You don't have to do it every day.
Never heard that.
Yeah, that was as I was doing some research on this, that was one of the things that I looked up, ways to detoxify your body, and that was one of them was to just scrub your body, and you can do that. They call it in 5 minutes. That was the Master Institute. They were the ones that stated that it was that was one of the 5 ways was to drink more water, of course. And I'm horrible with drinking water, so I drink my IV water. Add lemon juice, like fresh lemon juice. Add cucumber. Add slices of orange. Lemon is just amazing. Mint, and that's just different ways to drink more water. Is just by adding flavor to it, and make lemonade or just water with slices of lemon and mint, and then your ice, or cucumber mint. Oh my goodness, cucumber mint and lemon. I mean, those are just easy ways to get your water in, and it's just so refreshing. Maybe during the winter, it's a little bit harder than during the summer. Pomegranate juice is another way. So there's different ways. Coconut water.
Yeah, I used to drink coconut water. I haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, so that was one thing that I was going to add to this one because I love the coconut water and pineapple. These two go so well together. Um, what are the things that you like? You got to like it. If you don't like it, then don't do it.
Yeah.
Just try different things, and just try a little bit. You know what? And if you do a little bit each week,
Hmm.
you're going to go a long way. So don't feel like, oh, I have to do this every day. No, don't feel that you have to do it every day. But if you do each week a little bit, it goes a long way.
Yeah. It's just like the juices. The juices became something that I did. Um, I was doing it every day for a longest time. I remember just throughout the move, I got disrupted and I never got back to it. But I mean, I would make, the problem was is I would make big batches of it because it takes so much in a big juicer to get it all out to make a big
Yeah.
batch. But then I didn't like it. By day 3, I didn't like it. I mean, no.
And that's when you can add a little something extra. So if day 1 and day 2 you're doing pineapple, by day 3, add some lemon. By day 4, add some coconut.
Yeah, I've done fruit ones that was, I have two that I've done with carrot, um, pineapple, and oh gosh, cantaloupe.
Oh, okay.
And that was an interesting combination as well because it takes it's a different sugary than your typical pineapple or typical carrot juice.
Right.
So the 3 of them together kind of go very well. The thing I was trying to do was to add ginger to that.
Okay.
I mean, the ginger, to me, the way I put ginger in, all right, ginger really messes with my taste buds. But
Oh,
ginger is needed.
yeah.
So,
So this is what my cousin would do. He would make his drinks,
yeah.
and then he would just put the plastic wrap over, and that's actually what I had done earlier when I made them. Is that I just put the plastic wrap over it, and then he would refrigerate it. So in the morning, all he had to do was grab it. Well, another way you can do it is throw it into a little tumbler, or you can also put it into mason jars. Mason jars are amazing because mason jars you can do oats in there, you can do drinks, And the other great thing is because they have the lid, you can shake them, and then you can drink them, without having to, you can, if it settles because you haven't taken, you close it again, you shake it, and you take another sip. So this is, if you do this on a Sunday, then you can, or on a Saturday or whatever day you're taking aside to prep your food and drink for the week. This is a great way to get your veggies in, your cleanse in without thinking about it. You just do it one day, prep it, throw it in the fridge, and then you just grab and go.
Yep. Well, and I was doing it too, where I was. I remember I did one of Craig's events where basically I mixed the juice up for the 3 days I was going to be there,
Okay.
and took it to the hotel and had it in my refrigerator at the hotel.
Okay.
And then I took a shot glass because again I was doing them in shots, so I would do about three of these at a sitting.
Okay.
So, yeah. But anyway, something else I had tonight because I just wanted it was sashimi. I got some tuna and some salmon sashimi, just from the grocery store. Now the 3 juices that I did, the superfruit greens, all right, with mango, orange, pineapple, cucumber, celery. I mean, all that into it, you'd think I love the taste of it. I'm not a fan of this one. All right, it's just got that weird sweetness that I'm just not in my juices. I either like it the bland or I like it sweet. I don't like a mixture, and this is just a mixture. All right, but it is again, it's called the superfruits green.
So can you add something to it, like a coconut with some coconut water, make it taste better for you, or a little bit of lemon juice?
No, probably lemon juice. I should have brought lemon juice and lime juice in and tried that. And it's the mango that's throwing it off.
Mm.
So, but that's, I mean, I took, because this is similar to what I was drinking, this green devotion. So I basically read this is what's in it. That's what I went and got to make my juices. And then I twist and add things to it. All right. To me, adding cucumber was the weirdest one, but I actually got really good with it. All right. I love celery, so I could do celery juice by itself, and I would love it. Right. The one has apple. There's only one time I started to put apple into it that I liked it. All right. And apple was all right for me, but it wasn't something I wanted in there every time. This one here is still the super fruits. It's the mango that's throwing it off. And probably if I added a lime or a lemon to it, it would probably twist it a little bit. So. And of course, I was just doing the juices straight out of the bottle tonight because I wanted to show you guys. You can find this if you don't have the juicer like I have. You don't have the time to make it in the blender. There are fresh juices out there that go with cold press.
Yeah.
All right. This Evolution is not the only company that does them. There are other companies that do them. The cold pressed juices are the ones that will give you the better results. All right. It's not processed stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing. Check your refrigerator. Your produce section is where you are going to find the good juices.
Yes. If you're finding your juices, all right, in the juice aisle, all right, and it's refrigerator after open, those are not the freshest ones to be drinking.
But get those that are, or at your farmer's market, sometimes they will have some. These 3, you're going to be spending more. You definitely are.
Yes, they are not going to. This is not going to be a cheap way to do this, guys. It is expensive.
It is, but you don't have to do it. So that's the positive side. Is like you don't have to think about it. It's already done for you. Just look at what are you trying to do? Are you trying to immune support? Is it for have more protein? So they each one. Some of them will do the same thing, only different flavors. So what are you going to like the most? And play with it. If it's like there's something in there that you go, I don't know, give it a chance, because sometimes you can't taste what is that one thing. But if it's messy, then add a little bit, like with the mango, just add a little bit of lemon juice, and it's probably going to cut that out. If you don't like cilantro, well, you know what? When I added cilantro to this one, I have little bits in there. So when I'm drinking it, I'm also biting down into the cilantro. And on this one, I'm biting down into little pieces of apple. And so if you're getting a juice that's already made for you, it's going to be smooth. You're not going to get all those bits than if you have a good juicer. This,
Yeah.
again, it's not a juicer. It was my little magic bullet that can do a lot. It just can't juice.
Well, the magic bullets are not necessarily going to make a juice. They're going to make more of a smoothie.
Mhm.
The juice is going to take a juicer is going to take the juice from your vegetables and it's going to leave you a pulp in a waste bin because it's sucking the juice out of it. Think about orange juice. All right, an orange juice. If you want an orange juice without pulp, basically what you're going to do is squeeze the daylights out of it, and there's still pulp inside that orange after you squeezed it out.
Right.
Right. Same thing with a juicer. All right, and I personally have done this because I'm trying to with the new house. We're trying to we got a compost bin going. So I'm trying to put these in the compost bin, and they're broken down quite a bit. So it's going to be easier for this to compost out. That's one of the things I'm doing because I'm trying to get a lot more stuff grown on the property.
Mhm.
So one of the things I'm going to do is, some of my other experiments I'm going to do this year is like, I buy celery. Is taking the celery. There's ways to take the celery to grow celery from it. There's ways I'm going to take that stuff to do that. But anyway, it's all a different area of being healthy and making choices that benefit you. And
Right.
I know we have, you and I talk an awful lot about, the whiskeys or the hard liquors we're into, but we have a pretty balanced life. I know you do a lot more running than I do. I mean, there's a lot more healthy things you do that offset your drinking. So, I mean, yeah, it's not, and it's not like, we're not like the town alcoholics that we do nothing but like sit there and suck down, what's the George Thorogood song? One bourbon, one shot, one beer. That's not all right. We have a healthy, balanced life, and that is having a healthy, balanced life and getting this stuff into your life.
Yeah.
There's nothing that's going to help you realize the flavor in something more than when you have a healthy taste buds.
Right. And that's something that's so important. If somebody said, well, that's why we run so that we can have the whatever it is. And it's not about depriving ourselves. Yeah, there's times that I'm like, do I really need that donut? And the thing is, I love donuts, but I taste them all day long. I'll have it at 8, 9 in the morning, and I'm still tasting. I mean, I literally, it doesn't matter if I have lunch. In the afternoon, I'm still tasting the donut. That sweetness, and it bothers me. So every so often when I'm really craving a donut, I'm like, okay, this is what I'm going to have to deal with all day long. Do you really want to taste it all day long? And sometimes yeah, I do. And other times, not so much. And then I just say, it's not that important. I will leave it alone. And other times do I want an after dinner drink or do I want dessert?
Yeah.
And so then I'll decide. And sometimes it's neither. It's like, I'm good. What I had for dinner was enough. It's not about depriving ourselves. It's just about finding what's most important and then adjusting for it.
Yeah. Well, what was it? Thursday night? Yeah, it was last Thursday night. I had a meeting with Thursday afternoon. I had a meeting with the CEO of C-Suite Networks.
Okay.
And when we had such a great time at the meeting. First of all, we're two people that didn't know each other, all right? And it was just unique that she picked me and said, I want to have a meeting with you. So I did it. All right. Her name's Trisha Bench, awesome person. But we got done, and I'm like, well, is this your last meeting for the day? She goes, yeah. I said, I don't want to. First, I was an hour from home to meet her. I'm like, I don't want to drive home in traffic. Let's go get something to eat. So I said, I know this place that we can go to, and we're right next to your hotel that a friend of mine started. It's called Kenny's Woodfire Grill, which is something I love. So we go there. And not even thinking, Tim, this is dry January. She's like, until your seat's ready, you can go to the bar. Okay, so I walk over to the bar, and she gets a glass of wine. I'm like, I want a dirty martini. I mean, and you know what I mean? I did. I sipped on that martini all through my dinner. Right? It's like there's times though I go to dinner, I'll take water. I'll take a Dr. Pepper. I'll take iced tea. And I don't drink, but there's times I just have a drink.
Yeah, and that's okay. And then Are you having one drink or are you having two? And from now until the time you have to drive, or somebody else driving, so all those decisions come into play. Or are you just going to hang out for a little bit longer because it's all about time. That's the only way that's going to sober you up is time.
Well, yeah, I used to when we went to the Dallas Mavericks game last night or yesterday afternoon. They moved it to yesterday afternoon last night. I used to go to a Mavericks game. I used to always get a beer or a hard apple cider. Now, when I go, I really am not in the mood for a beer. I've had a beer once or twice. My wife gets wine. I've been going. They have a Jack Daniels bar. I go to the Jack Daniels and usually get me a single or a double, a Woodford Reserve. Neat. I'll sip on that throughout the whole game, or I'll go get a Dr. Pepper.
There you go.
So, but yeah, that was the other thing we thought about doing for. Originally, we were talking about this for this episode tonight. We said, let's just do soft drinks. And I'm like, wait a minute, we got to do healthy juices. But,
and I don't drink soda, so.
You don't drink any sodas at all, do you?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. See, I drink sodas, but I look at a lot of real sugar sodas. What I mean by that is we call it down here Mexican Coke because it actually has real sugar. Right? There's a lot of those bottled drinks that are bottled Coca-Cola, Sprite, Pepsi that are made down here. They're in glass bottles and they're done with real sugar, real cane sugar. I get Dr. Pepper with real cane sugar. I don't have. Darn it! I cleaned the bottle out and took it out today. I have.
You did show it last week, though. Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I will do Italian sodas.
Yeah.
Because it's a soda water with flavor. That's the way I see it.
Oh no, I do these Italian sparkling. There's no flavoring though, but I can add lemon or lime.
Yeah, I've tasted those with the flavoring in it.
Oh, I got to put the flavoring in myself. The flavoring they do, no.
No, I got to add my own. So I will, a little bit of. I'll either do a couple of lemon or lime slices, orange slice, whatever it is. Sometimes cucumber, and then throw the. Sometimes I muddle it, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I squeeze it in there, throw the sparkling water, and it's delicious that way. These three drinks that I'm having, and with the salad, I like all of them. The one with this one has a slight sweetness because of the Cosmic Crisp apple that's in there.
Mm-hmm.
But the carrot with the carrot orange, so the orange is giving it the sweetness, and then the turmeric, of course, gives it a little bit of a kick, almost like having pepper in there. So I really like that in there. And ginger. Also, the ginger is going to give this one a kick. So this one was very satisfying. It gave it a little bit of a kick to it, making it feel almost like a cocktail because it's got that kick in it. This one, I think if I would have added the coconut water, it would have tasted, I would have felt like I was drinking a pina colada.
Yeah. Well, I got on the juice kick. I have to see where it started. I want to say it was during the middle of the pandemic, like in the middle of 2020. Maybe it was the end of 2020 because we were able to go into restaurants or getting in. I went into one of the salad restaurants, and I can't remember the name of the salad restaurant that I went to, and they had a drink there called Green Detox.
Okay.
And it was very similar to this Green Devotion.
Okay.
Only it had the Green Devotion doesn't have ginger into it. Theirs had ginger into it. Yeah. And I remember getting that and getting a salad. And I'm like, and I remember I spent and I got the salad that they got was like a cleansing salad, but I added chicken to it because it came with a protein, and I added chicken to it. All right. And I ate that salad for 3 days. And it's like a weight dropped off my chest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. And it was almost like it really did flush my system out. All right. And I was like, wow, I need to do this every now and then. Because if I don't, I love red meat. All right. That red meat will kill you if it's all you eat. I love it. And I mean, I'll have me a steak 6 days a week if you gave it to me, and a hamburger for lunch.
There you go.
No. But anyway.
Yeah, no, it's never a bad thing to remove that protein from our bodies. I
Yeah.
might eat it for a few days. I mean, there's times that I just go vegetarian for a week, and it just happens because of the ingredients that I have, and I'm making these different recipes. They just happen to not have meat, and a lot of them you can just add the protein on top, or you can
Yeah.
just add it into it. You don't need it. You could just add it if you want to, or not add it if you don't want to.
Yeah. I I remember when I was traveling with, when I first started my speaking career, and I was traveling is mostly on motorcycle. And because of my limited budget, I was not Airbnb, but I was couch surfing. And there's this website called couchsurfing.com, couchsurfing.org, and I was a member. And I remember, you know what I mean, staying at this one lady's house in Ohio. And I remember because I was a long, cold day riding there because it was rainy, damp. All right. And I had, I mean, it was still springtime. And I'm riding through to Ohio and I get to her house and she's making dinner. And I mean, I remember I was starving, right? And she made this entire like vegetable stir fry.
Mm,
And me being Mr. Red Meat, right? I didn't complain. I just ate it, and I'm like, oh my god, this is. I was starving, so it tasted so good, and I'm like, for the first time in my life, I thought I could I could eat meat. I could eat a meal or two
yep.
without my meat of choice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I did, oh my goodness, years ago, I would make a stir fry with tofu in it.
yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I don't like tofu. I won't do. I cannot
Okay.
stand tofu. Right. Cindy, last Sunday in January is red meat. Our last Sunday is January. Is red meat week, or is
So
it the
this
last week?
red
Confused
meat,
on how you said that, Cindy, because you said last Sunday is January red meat week. Is it the day that's red meat day, or is it red meat week? Clarify that first, if you would, Cindy.
yeah, that would be
All
good.
right. Um,
Mom and I, we got into juicing back in like 1992, I think it was.
mhm.
We were living in Southern California, and we actually had a juicer. And back then, it's like nobody did juicing, but it was supposed to be good for you. And so we started doing some juicing. But back then, the juicers are not like now. It was a lot of work, and it was so messy. And we did do it for about a year or so, but it was just a lot.
Yeah. Okay. So meat week begins the last Sunday in January,
So this coming Sunday.
which is this coming Sunday. Then, yeah, which we
I mean,
won't.
yep.
But you and I won't have a broadcast next week. But anyway.
Yeah, because I'll be on travel, and I arrive at 6:20 p.m. Central Time, which is 4:20 Pacific Time.
Mm-hmm.
We start our podcast at 4:30. There is no way. No way.
Where are you flying to? Tennessee, right?
Yeah, Nashville.
Okay.
To Nashville. Yeah, so from Portland to Sacramento, Sacramento to Austin, Austin to Nashville. So it's going to be an all day from 6:10 in the morning until 6:20 p.m.
Ouch. So
It's 10 hours. It's or 9 hours 50 minutes.
yeah.
So
So
it's going to be a long day of travel.
yeah.
But coming back, it'll only take about 4 hours.
Yeah, that is the advantage of going from, like, when I ride to California, going out is easy. It's coming back's the headache. And I used to wait and do the California coming back. I used to wait till the afternoon and take the afternoon evening flight back. So I would arrive back in Dallas at 11 p.m. Right, but my body thought it was 8 p.m. because I've been in California for a couple of days. But
Yeah, absolutely.
now, I mean, I haven't switched time zones like that in 2 years. I wonder how my body would take it if I tried it now.
Well, I'm going to find out because I've stayed on the West Coast Pacific time zone, so I haven't
Yeah.
anywhere else other than the West Coast states, even though I have traveled. So I haven't gotten that time change. So this is gonna see how it spanks me.
Yeah, my body adjusted well when I went to California.
Okay.
But if I had early morning stuff and went to Miami, oh God, it would kill me. Like if I went to Miami and I didn't have to be up early, it was fine.
Okay, it was just that early morning
It
because
was
you're
that early morning. Now I can go to California and I was up at 6 a.m. I was ready to go at 6 a.m., because that's 8 a.m. my time. I'm well ready to go by then. And my body just kept with that same thing. I just had longer days.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the stuff I did in California, it'd be midnight before I went to bed California time.
Right. And your body's, it's 10, we can go to bed now. Or actually, no, 2 in the morning, because you're ahead. Central Time is ahead. Yeah, it's it'll be travel all day on Monday and then Thursday coming back. So it'll be an interesting getting out there and back, but it'll be fun. But I'm definitely glad we did this. This was a lot of fun. This was good. This is the sweetest one, and this is the one that, in my opinion, tastes most like a cocktail. But the peppery one, that kick in here, the ginger and the turmeric, and I did add a little bit of pepper in this one, actually.
You know what? That is something else that I've added in my juices with my juicer, as a little bit of jalapeno pepper.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I did actually, because originally what I was going to do cucumber mint, and I was going to add some jalapeno in there to give it a kick. But my mint didn't make it, so my plant is still alive. But what I had in the fridge was all shriveled up, so I said, I'm not going to buy new mint right now. So I said, okay, I'll use that for something else.
I remember I got the mint for that first week in mocktails. I ran over and got mint to make because the mint is what made a great
mojito.
What did I make?
Mojito?
No, I didn't do a mojito.
No, you did a mule.
I did a mule. Yeah, mint. If I'm not gonna have the alcohol, I'm gonna need the mint now and a mule. But so the other juices that I tried, again, the super fruit greens, not my favorite. It's just it's got a weirdness in the sweetness. All right, this one here, the greens and ginger, got to be one of the greatest ones. Probably though, if I took and added a little bit of the jalapeno to this, I would probably really get a great kick out of this and really enjoy it. Maybe even add some lemon or lime to it. The regular green devotion, again, probably a little bit of jalapeno, lemon. Well, it already has lemon into it. Maybe a little bit of lime, and possibly, you know what? The other one I've thrown into these is radishes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, radish does a little bit of pepper. Yeah, a little bit of peppery to it too. All right, that probably, you know what? A radish probably really would have spiced this fruit one up.
There you go. Yeah. Throwing down that mango.
Yeah, because the mango is the worst thing for it. Is the one thing I didn't like in there. So anyway, but look at this. Cindy's being so nice. What's my website, Cindy? See if she gets it.
She will. She's typing away.
She is.
That's what she does. That's why we love her so much.
This is why Cindy's our number one fan.
She is.
So
we put her as number one fan. We have a few people we need to code as our top supporters.
Yeah. She's so in the meantime, all right, I will tell you, all right, as we're I got about 7-8 minutes left, but anyway, oh, wait a minute, we forgot about one of our other number one fans who's like a little upset that we didn't.
Robert. Oh yes. Hey.
Some dude named Sean.
I know
this guy. He acts like he's dating one of us or something.
Right?
You know, that is something, all right, that I have with you that I don't have with my other podcast. I've never talked to or met or, Katrina's husband, right? Okay. But I've talked to Sean on like broadcasts in between, like when you were broadcasting from his house a couple times, we've talked a little bit. All right. But we chat back and forth like on this. Never done that with Katrina's husband. So that's really cool. I did
see him because I keep him around.
Yeah. Yeah. Now that I like him, you can't get rid of him.
So he's gonna go. Yeah, he's probably doing.
Sean. So if you two break up, I get Sean, right? Sean's my new friend.
So does my brother and sister-in-law.
That is just so cool. I was at the Mavericks game yesterday. And this couple says to me, well, what is it that you guys do on a podcast? And I explained our podcast to them. And I said, well, this year in 2023, we are going to do some live broadcasts. We're going to do at least one from, all right, we're going to at least do one from Oregon. Even if we record it and broadcast that, we're going to do one from Oregon. All right, one from Texas. I says, and we're not sure where we're going to do the other ones yet. The other ones may be at in between spots, so we haven't decided yet. All right, and this person's like, well, what's your podcast? So they like Google it on their phone right there, and I'm like, yep, that's the one. But 2 other people beat us in the rankings, and I'm like, whoa, we gotta do some work here. All right, when people can beat us on our podcast name, I'm like, whoa, I gotta work on that.
One of the things that as we're going to go on the transatlantic cruise, I've been itching. Do I buy the internet package? Because right now we have 8 hours of Wi-Fi for 16 days. That's not a whole lot. And I'm trying to disconnect. But then at the same time, it's like, well, if I get the Wi-Fi package, then I could also do stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm like, do I do it? Do I not do it? So thus far, I haven't purchased it yet. There's only 8 hours and it doesn't have streaming in there. So they have different levels. Your 8 hours because of just the level that we're in with the balcony. And then the next one is you get Wi-Fi. And then the next tier up is the streaming service.
Yeah.
And so, and unlimited. So both of those are unlimited Wi-Fi. So.
Yeah. Okay. So Cindy found it.
So
my next event is February 21st. All right. I do have a very unique speaker lined up for my next virtual event. Okay. All right. A very unique, very high up CEO of a major corporation. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
So, and other than that, I'm still connecting my speakers together for my 21st. And that same person is going to be in Dallas the week before on Valentine's Day, and they're actually going to come and speak at my meetup group. So, but I did over the weekend start a meetup group. All right, and I typed it in, and it came up with my town, Oak Point, Texas, right? And I typed and I said, I'm looking to start like the things were like coffee, whiskey, food, tastings, things like that, and it gave me the name Oak Point Coffee Group. Is that what it is? Oak Point Coffee Meetup Group, right? But the description says we're a barbecue and whiskey tasting. I've got to go in and correct this and fix it because 30 members joined over the weekend. I'm like, maybe we start doing meetups in relation to our podcasts.
There you go.
Yeah. So anyway.
Different things that we can do with them.
See what the fun things we can do. Start up our own meetup groups. Anyway.
There you go. You never know. You never know
what we're going to do with this. Anyway. So Cindy, thanks for putting that up there. All right. Yeah. My event's going to be and so go to simplyzevents.com. All right. And then again, I'll bring up Gladys's here. All right. As the insurancedesignpros.com. The two of us put this on every week. This is sponsored by the two of us. And of course, Mary's Mixers. All right. In a way.
Yes. Thank you, Mary's Mixers. We appreciate you.
Yeah. Guess what? Look who showed up. Robert showed up.
Robert.
I'm at a virtual event offered by a coach, Lily, at the moment on my phone. Okay. He's on the phone, so that's why. Much love to you too as well, Cindy. All right. Yes, you have a backup plan, Sean. All right. Not going to forget you, buddy. Anyway, it's been a fun week. All right. We will be going next week, but we're going to come back on the 6th of February with our Super Bowl party.
I think that's going to be fun. That's going to be fun. I'm going to be prepping some stuff, and I got to prep it in smaller scale because for Super Bowl, I got to,
Yeah, Super Bowl party, we would do it on a major scale, but for the meetup or here for our podcast, we got to do a smaller scale to do it because we're not going to eat all that stuff on our podcast in one night or drink all of that on one night.
Yeah, no. So thank you all for being here with us today. I am Gladys Boutwell, Insurance by Design. You can find me at insurancedesignpros.com. I am helping small businesses with less than 50 employees with their employee benefits. I serve Oregon, Washington, California. No matter what state you're in, if you reach out to me, I'm going to help you through it, and then I'm going to connect you with a great agent in your area that's going to take care of you so you can attract and retain quality staff. And this is my co-host.
Hey guys, Tim Gillette, Simple Easy Marketing, simpleeasyevents.com, simpleeasyevents.com. Find out about how to run your business, market it, and make it simple and easy so that you can go do other things with your time. Anyway, we'll be back in 2 weeks, guys. Have a great time. Oh, wait. Want my bacon wrapped dates? Ooh, whoa, we're gonna take that off. We're not gonna reveal any recipes. Sydney, message us. Anyway, guys, we'll see you guys here in 2 weeks. Bye.
Bye, y'all.